Welcome back to Rimworld. Yesterday, I talked about the hybrid project that we kind of had planned for a while, and that seems to be a very good end game sort of goal for us as well, is to build this obviously Ultimate Warrior. A lot of you have said, let's get a separate facility going for that, sort of attached to this area, but, you know, a bit more distant still, to keep it a bit more secret, a bit more underground. We don't want the regular rabble, you know, we don't want our Crixuses and our Uliks and our Newts running around and ending up in the most important and deadly part of the base, and we especially want it to be defending against raids as well. So we'll have a whole dedicated facility to the, you know, we could hook it up here, actually. That'd be kind of cool. Move the storage shelter, like, down here instead and actually have it hooked up into the same room as the nuclear reactor. I don't know. We'll sort of decide as we go here. I've sort of planned this out temporarily, but this is maybe not the permanent thing. We'll have the dedicated clone room, and then behind that, or, you know, wherever else we choose to have it, we'll have so we need a pod for reconditioning, we need somewhere to store the genetic templates, we'll need a bed for, obviously, the operations, a dedicated clone vac. So right now, our Weapon X project, inverted commas, is just here, you know, it's just stuck in the middle of the room next to everything else, in the actual main hospital bay. So that's not ideal, is it? We definitely want to move that one as soon as possible to somewhere a bit more sensible. Now, what we'll do as well is we won't get rid of all the, because it's going to take multiple generations of cloning and altering genes and changing their genetics around. We're not going to just dispose of these clones. We'll keep them in storage in bioreactors as well. We could put them in cryptosleep caskets, but the bioreactors are essentially those, but better as long as you've got the excess of food able to fuel them. I think that'd be cool, because that way if we do get into a big old emergency, we can unleash a whole bunch of different variants of whoever we choose to use as the basis of the genetics, and then just unleash them on our enemies. That would be fucking insane. Now, not only that, we're also obviously researching various alternate means to resurrect people as well. One thing we've gone for here is master scribing, to try and make ourselves a priest that's capable of doing straight-up resurrections. We've got alternate ways of doing that as well. Obviously, we have the whole bonnet sort of cloning system kind of works as well. And there was another way we had resurrection. Oh, that was it. The Chronomancer is actually capable of reversing time if somebody, but that's only if someone dies, you know, obviously within a few minutes. We can hit it with Chronomancy reverse time, Doctor Strange style, and sort of bring them back there. For the time being, though, we are looking at a very long dead and very cold Donitz. So the only way to really bring him back is to literally magic him back to life, infuse him with mana, and resurrect the body, which will bring him back to how he was and how we knew and loved him. So how do we want to do that? Or, of course, you know, we could try and buy a Resurrect Mech Serum. That would also do the job just as well. So we've finished master scribing. Now the question is, let's just go to the research tab a second. Is there anything else to do in regards to that? I believe we need, where is it here? So we got master scribing. Now let me think, what else do we do? We put down a scribing table. So we need sort of a magic room now, don't we? We don't really have a room for Bonnet to do his magic in. I didn't actually consider that at all. I guess we could attach it to the stockpile. It doesn't need to use cabinets. It's not going to be in the technical side of things. You know what? Let's actually, yeah, we won't put that there for the time being. That's kind of a weird place to put it. I'm also thinking putting it there. It's so far away from the stockpile that they're going to have to run all the way, you know, come through this room, all the way back through this room, up around here, through the hospital, through this room, through the machinist room to actually gather the stuff, and then they're going to have to bring it all the way back through. So it's not exactly the most convenient, is it? What I could do instead is attach this directly to the stockpile and have like a really heavily defended with turrets and things like that. So what I'll do is I'll put bonnets, we could hollow this out and use this for wizardry. I guess that couldn't hurt. I quite like the idea of having the mountain, though, more prominent, you know, to give the base a bit more, I don't know, structure. Seems like the right word for it. Where could we put Bonnet's wizard base? Let's consider our options. You know what? I'm gonna do what I sort of thought I would here. We'll move all these generators. I need to get the Minify mod, don't I? I know a lot of people have been suggesting it to me still, even though I thought it was OP. I think I will grab that, just so we can move all this shit over and maybe do an offshoot here. Then we can have the Weapon X product down here, really super fortified as well. Plus, it's right next to the stockpile, so I'm going to worry about going back and forth to get resources. But the goal is to get a priest, obviously, for the resurrection. So the way we're going to do that is, unfortunately, basically have to roll the dice with the wizard classes. I can think of at least 10 wizard classes off the top of my head. You got things like lightning mages, blood mages, ice mages, fire mages, you know, enchanters, death knights, warlocks, liches, etc. All of which are a potential for when you use the gem to randomly scribe out a class. I won't go into too much detail about it because I've talked about it before. But essentially, we just got to hopefully get lucky, you know, with the class we pick here. We want it attached to the stockpile as well, because that's, you know, just the most convenient way to have things. We don't want them running back and forth to try and get a bunch of different stuff to build with. We'll do it somewhere like, We'll move this down south one. There we go. That looks pretty better. And then we'll remove this as well. So we're not going to have a massive room for bonnet. In fact, we don't really need to do it that far out either. We don't need a massive room for bonnet. Just a room big enough to do different scribing. We want to bring the gem table over as well. Apparently they can connect up to workbenches. That does suck a little bit. But we'll cross that hurdle as we get there. First things first, let's get all this shit moved. And then we'll start rolling the dice. Background as well, of course, we have Amadama working on more fuel rods. Because ideally we want to get the reactor fully fueled and kicked up and ready to go. So we can fulfill this one. So it's fully fueled, set to 100% power, and we need to perform 2 scrams, which are basically like emergency shutdown, right? Then we can get an actuator, which allows us to do it a lot quicker. Fuel reprocessing, I've heard, is also very good, because we can turn it to plutonium instead, which I could only assume is, it's obviously another type of fuel there. So we can build an advanced nuclear reactor, cool. So with the fuel that we deplete out of this one, it'll produce a different thing with fission, and then we can stick that in a new reactor. That's awesome. Okay, I'm kind of excited to see what that does for us. I don't know what the hell you'd use all of this power on, though. Because right now, we're more or less breaking even. In fact, we're in a big old profit with power, and we haven't even got this fucking thing turned on. To be fair, I do have all the lights off. So, and we have most of the machines off as well. So once we've got this stable and turned on, then I think it's going to be pretty incredible. So how many fuel rods we got now, then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need, what did I say? It was like 21 or something ridiculous. Like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. But we've already got one, so we need another 20, but we already have one crafted. So I think we set it to 19 in the end. It's going to take a very long time to craft this amount. What I probably should have done is build a second one of these. Have one churning out fuel rods, one churning out pellets. Because it's going to take a very, very long time. Is it better to get the pellets done first? You know what we could do that would even save a bit more time here? Let's stick a shelf down, and then we'll put the uranium and the fuel rods and the pellets on this one, or in fact, probably just the pellets on this one in hindsight. That way they can craft it a lot quicker. There we go. That's saving a lot of time. Look at that. That was something that I really should have done a very, very long time ago. So that's going to hopefully really speed up the amount of fuel rods, because then all she's got to do is basically go and get some steel. After that's done, we're going to put it in obviously the storage stockpile there too. Right, cool. Jill, do me a favor. Come and rip this wall out and obviously mine out. We'll mine out a little bit of stone as well there, just so that the undead can actually start, or whoever we've got, to be honest, kicking around. I keep forgetting we haven't got that giant army of undead anymore, do we? Just to open this up so that other people can come and help out mining as well. Because if you set to mining, but you don't have the construction, the walls in the way, they obviously can't do either. So that's hopefully going to help out too much. Now, Bonnet, I've got an idea. With his death bolt, it does damage to shit, right? Could we just rattle off a death bolt into here and watch it? Watch it damage this. It did, but it really wasn't worth it. My God, you almost got fucking fried then, friend. Wow, that was a really dangerous thing. That was a horribly dangerous strategy, but I think it has actually weakened the rock, probably behind it as well, because, of course, it will have ricocheted through and does that big old area of effect damage. Right, cool. So, let's take a look at production then. We've got scribing table. That's exactly what we need, but out of bone. That seals in the magic. Then we've got, what the hell is paper making? Rimwriter. Oh, that's for sanity and stuff. Obviously, we haven't done anything with the outer gods for a while now. I feel like we need to set up, like, we need to set up some sacrificing again, don't we? We haven't done that for a while. Oh, we could have sacrificed that dude. Wait, where's his head gone? Did someone eat his head? Oh, because they've got no food. They've got no fucking food. We literally made them eat their friend's body. Wow, that's just wrong. That's real fucked up, huh? Let's go critical on that one. Clear uranium out. You can have any meat or any vegetarian. I don't really give that much of a shit. There we go. And let's set that one to important as well. Hey, someone take the prisoners some food. Do you want to take them like the insect jelly or something? Because that shit's all completely garbage. You can take them rice. Rice is also equally garbage, to be honest with you. There you go. They can actually have some meals now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to resurrect this dude and we're going to sacrifice him with Bonnet. We're going to send his soul to Cthulhu, because right now his soul is just languishing in our prison, which is kind of useless. Wake up. Right, bring him with us. Dirk, let's get you captured. Capture Duck. Duck. My friend, Duck. Do not argue. There we go. In prison with you. And then let's start ourselves the world's nicest sacrifice. Cthulhu, my friend. Igor. Does Igor really need more tentacles? I mean, we're going to clone Igor anyway. It seems kind of a waste. Should we just leave him in the prison for the time being? I mean, he's technically just a prisoner now, and he doesn't need to eat. So any prisoners that die, we'll just resurrect them in the holding cells, and then when they've been sacrificed, we'll obviously not resurrect them again, because that'd be super OP. Okay, cool. Walls are being dug out. We need a couple more miners, I think, working on this as soon as possible, because the sooner this is done, the better. I should really put some more points into mining, shouldn't I? Seeing as it's a fairly important thing. In fact, you've even got a passion in mining. So I'm going to absolutely up that for you as well. There we go. All right. Hopefully this won't take too long. Then we'll get our scribing table down. I'll have to put some workbenches over as well, because it's a super, super huge amount of work time this stuff takes. Like, it takes a seriously long time to craft these gems from what I remember, unless they've tweaked it at all. So we'll get some cabinets installed in the meantime. There we go. Not too bad, I think. That's going to hopefully speed things up quite a huge amount. And what we need to do is get them making... I need to check whether it's physical or arcane, don't I? But essentially, we need to churn out a shit ton of these things. What I'll do then is I'll actually move the magicites. We'll build more shelves, because I'm all about the shelf meta right now, because it's really speeding up our work speed a lot. Another thing I've done as well is move the food to this side of the freezer, so Joke doesn't have to travel all the way down here to get, like, a slice of beef. So we'll get this shelf built as well, put all the magicite on a shelf. Do we need anything else to make it, or is it just... jade as well seems very, very useful, so we might bring some jade over also. What do we need for the scribing table? Right, so this is exactly it. Make unfinished arcane book. You make one of those, and then you pray, basically, that when they use that book, as it says there, arcane terms will promote a gifted pawn with a magical class, and all class abilities you set there. Oh, so it will give them... Yeah, okay, got it. They can also, as it says there, journal their theories and experiments in this book and learn to become a random mage class. That's basically what we've got to do here, unfortunately. So, we've got 4 people to try it with. We could potentially make any of these guys wizards. Joke being a wizard as well is just absolutely overkill at this stage, let's be completely frank. But, why not? We might as well do it. Let's get all this shit hauled over as well. Oh, sorry, let's get all this set up too. Who's... Oh, right, it's because Jope should be working on this, because he's our quality builder. That's an downside to having the vampire be part of the quality build mod. He's obviously sleeping when we're waiting on him to come over and actually set some shit up for us. Let's get that reconnected as well, because that looks fucking hideous. Right, there we go. Okay, storage. So what did I say in here? We wanted, like, magicite and jade. Let's take magicite and also jade as well. Okay, cool. Now, what I've done is I preemptively set the stockpiles down to important, so they should, I mean, they will haul these over. I'll just manually do it also there, so we'll get all that shit moved over. Cool. That's going to cut down work times quite a lot. And this will just basically Bonnet's room, because people, or more specifically, only Bonnet can, oh, man, they're going to fill it up with all jade now. You fuckers. Okay, fine. Basically, only Bonnet is someone capable of doing that. You have to have, I think it's like high intellectual and high magic or something like that. In fact, Bonnet might not be the best one to do it. But it counts as the magic work job. So that's this one here. So Bonnet is, oh my god, he's not even the best one to do it. Wait, Bonnet isn't even in the running. It's Amba Damba Damba. Is it determined by that? What is it? Relevant skills, intellectual crafting, medicine, social, animals, construction, shooting, plants. So all of those skills. Oh my god. So Newt and Amba Damba Damba Pamba are going to be the ones. So the rank 4 wizards and the rank 5 wizards are the only ones actually capable of turning other people into wizards. Feel like we may need to adjust the wizard system, huh? Priest is a magic spell after all, right? Okay, I thought it might be, but I just wanted to double check, you know? So, Gem of Arcane Insight, we need to make 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. This is going to get pretty ridiculous, and then we might as well store them in this room not to confuse things too much. So we'll put this down here. We'll say critical. We'll say clear all. Get rid of that, and we'll go Arcane Insight. That way I'm not going to spend ages thinking, where did I put my gems? Arcane Insight. There we go. Perfect. All right, this is going to be pretty fucking huge. Then with that, we need to make... Oh, we need Devil Strand. Right. Okay. Yeah, we need 80 Devil Strand. Shit. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 of those as well. Right, and then we'll say unfinished arcane books can also sit in the stockpile. So unfinished arcane books. Now, I wonder if... I don't remember whether you have to use the book to find out the skill, or whether you can just have them write a book and it'll say, like, oh, a blood magic book or something like that, and then you can have them write a fresh book. Now, that could be very expensive to do that. Oh, man, he's working in no time at all here. Look at this dude. We need 10 uranium. Oh, we need components. Oh, you need components and advanced components specifically. Right, okay, cool. How are we doing with the whole nuclear rods? Oh, we're almost there. Shit, we actually are. 14 out of 128 in our storage capacity. Wow, okay. What I'm going to do then, for the time being, we're going to suspend these and actually get Amba Damba Damba. Recycling apparel? Absolutely not. I didn't even realize that was one of the options. I might... suspend these as well, so that we're getting things prioritized that are obviously a bit more important. Our clone vat room is coming along very, very nice as well. We don't actually have to make the arcane gems, do we? Because I believe a couple of these guys are magically gifted. Yeah, so actually Jeff is already gifted. Rednex needs to be gifted. Crop is fine, and then obviously Jope as well. Yeah, so actually we only need 3 of those gems. That's my mistake. So what the gems do, I didn't actually explain this. The gems will actually give you the trait magically gifted. Then from then on you can use the book, and obviously some pawns start with that, as we've seen there with Jeff. So we're gonna have a magic werewolf. We're gonna have 2 magic werewolves. We're gonna have a magic Sith Lord, and then we're also gonna have a magic vampire. This is pretty nuts. To be fair, a lot of those are already magic, but we might as well push it overboard, huh? So this room is coming on very, very nicely. We're just waiting on a few more. What are we looking for here? Oh, just someone to actually come and build the shit, right? What are you doing, my man? Cooking lavish meals. Honestly, that's understandable. Honestly, that's genuinely understandable. You know, I think there's a definite huge demand for food in this colony. Now, I didn't actually set that to be paused when satisfied, so he's probably wasted a whole bunch of time cooking meals that really were unnecessary. Incredible. Glad I didn't waste too much time with that one, huh? All right, there we go. At least we notice now and not never. I wanted to build up the bathroom a little bit, dining room a little bit as well there, because it just had all this extra space, and now it counts extremely impressive. So whenever they eat a meal in here, they're going to be like, hey, that room's pretty good, huh? Can't wait to eat my meal later so I can sit in our really lovely bone dining room with its bone floor and its bone chairs. We still have the creepy bone chairs that we've got up in the prison there. All right, sweet. So, Jilp, if you could do me a favor and actually go build those floors now, that would be fantastic. Extremely impressive dining room. They are loving it in there. Look at them. That's so good. Right. Trader caravan arrived. We could go and ambush that, but I really think there's no need for it anymore. Oh, we're almost out of power. Fuck. Maybe we should just turn on the generator. I think we need to load a whole bunch of fuel, don't we? I'm going to do that. And then we're going to say, manage the generator. Thank you. And then just fucking fill it. Should we just fucking fill it? This seems like a horrible idea, but I'm going to do it. No, you can leave that in there. All right. So if anybody wants to haul all these rods over to the generator anytime soon, that would be fantastic. I think this is a bad plan. I don't know why. I just see our whole base going up in absolute smoke and fire. Oh, God. I'm going to have to be so careful with how we do this. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Look at how many rods we've got in there now. Shit. Okay. Cool. No, that's fine. Nothing to worry about at all. Grid excess. We've got 12,000 watts excess, and I don't know why all of a sudden. I really love the way this mod is designed as well. Though, like, you can actually see the lights relevant to the generator there as well. It's like so nicely polished up. Are you alright? Oh, because I set you to force your job. Yeah, no, you can. I was gonna say you can cancel your work for a while. You've been literally up all night making components. That's dedication to the cause. I appreciate that. Did we ever bother researching Devil Strand? Because yeah, we did. I just never planted any. Shit. Well, how do you want to do that then? So we've got a couple of ways I'm thinking we can implement this. Firstly, we could, do we still have that questionable, that really unethical mod? I forget what it was called now, like the proper War Crimes mod. Actually, I think it was called War Crimes Expanded, where we can make corpses into we don't actually have it anymore. It was like antiseptic corpse or something like that. Was it on medicine production or something like that? I'm trying to think now. Drug production. Definitely wasn't drug production to my knowledge. Maybe we don't have that mod anymore. I was going to suggest we'll build some of those ridiculous OP planters. I mean, we could always build... can you build Devil Strand implanters? I don't think you can plant Devil Strand implanters in hindsight. Alright, we're going to have to get rid of some of the bean. Or we could get rid of this plant of... that's not going to give us very much Devil Strand, though, is it? To be fair, it takes so long to grow. We could just stick it all down up here. We stick a gigantic crop of Devil Strand down. Like all of this. That could work. That'd be very lucrative as well, because if we've got any spare, we just fucking sell the stuff, huh? Or is it Devil Strand? Perfect. Okay. This is a horrible idea. I love it. Let's also rip up this bit of floor as well, so we can get the most out of this. Oh, shit, we've got the tilled soil mod as well. So it does say that rebalance, so it only gives 120%. It takes a bit more work. You actually have to, spend work tilling the soil, like in real life, rather than just go up to it and press a button and suddenly you've got it there. So, to work... times however many hundreds of tiles that is. It's still not a huge amount, I will admit, but the rebalancing is obviously the main crux of it. Let's get all of this shit down too. Thank you very much. And let's just make sure we've got as much as possible covered by the tilled soil. Okay, that's going to give us a ridiculous amount of Devil Strand. It's still going to take fucking ages to grow, but it's better to start it now that, we actually need it rather than waiting any longer, huh? It's been a while since we've done this. I feel like I might be a bit rusty here. Right, bonnet. Okay, hang on. We've got to plan this out. So blood mages need blood. First things first. No sacrifice. Well, yeah, I fucking know that. Sacrifice some blood, my man. There we go. Sacrifice a little bit more. Sacrifice a little bit more. There we go. Bonnet can heal them up. Or, alternatively, Bonnet can just deathbolt a lot of them. We've got to make sure these Muffalo don't escape. Actually, instead, don't bother with that yet. Let's get Amba Namba Damba stood in the kill box ready to knife the Muffalo as they come through. I think that's a good idea. Okay, there we go. Because the Muffalo will run, but the other people will obviously stand and fight until they start fleeing. Right. Blast them. What else we got? Crixus can use blood for blood on... I don't know, hit it on him. I don't really care, to be honest. Rednax, Hispo mode. Jilp, Warform mode. What else we got? You can do Chronostatic Field. Knock them down. You've got Hispo, and you are already Enchanted Body. That's fine. Polymorph the lot of them. This is a good showdown. Boom, look at this. Look at how many we've frozen. This is going to be such an... Oh my god, and we turned him into Buffalo. Oh my god, we've turned one dude into... Oh no. turns out if you polymorph someone who's chronostatically frozen, you end up spawning about 50 different people from the same guy. Big whoops. Wait, can werewolves not use guns? Okay, well, that's unexpected, I guess. What have I done? I feel like the game's just given up. They're clearly hostile, but our guys just aren't firing. Excuse me, fire at will? This is very cursed. This is very cursed, isn't it? I hope they don't all transform back into a very angry... Oh, they just disappear. Interesting. I've completely broken the game. Incredible. I love it. Okay, that must be the original one, because he's actually not down. Okay, what about kill the turkey? Kill the goose. That's clearly a goose. What the fuck is happening with this, huh? This is so weird. I don't know what the hell we've done. Shoot their people? Let's just see how this... what are you doing? You've got a gun. Just shoot him. Shoot that turkey. This is so odd. They're just standing there letting themselves get killed. Magic, everyone. The power of magic. Well, this is horrible, but it works. I mean, it's the weirdest raid I think I've ever fought in my whole life. So Amber got pushed to death. Well, it didn't obviously die there, but just got pushed around until they got knocked over. Like, look at this. Muffalo legs. It's just like punches and bruises. They're not actually dead. They're not even remotely close to dying, to be honest with you. That was the weirdest fucking raid I've ever seen. I've never seen them respond like that. And we've got still an armadillo named Habanero. We've got a camel named Habanero and an emu named Habanero. What have I done? Just a word of warning as well for what I've noticed is that if you are putting rods in the generator, they don't actually, or maybe not even the storage. I assume they do in the storage, but they definitely don't if they're in the generator. So if you do a make X like what I did, it didn't actually count for anything. So I've said just do 6 more rather than make until, I originally said do until we have 19. Doesn't really work if they're obviously already in the generator, right? So I've cancelled that for the time being. How are we doing with the gems then? So we've got 3 gems made, which means we can awaken Jilp and Krupp and Rednex's magical abilities there. Just waiting on the Devil Strand now. We can try and get ourselves a priest, maybe try and bring Bonnet back. In the meantime, we still have our Weapon X project cloning up there. This area is coming along very, very nicely. Obviously, we've had a little bit of a distraction with the kind of glitched out trade caravan that turned up too. Amadamba, how's it going? You are basically holding the whole colony down. Do you have anyone else who's capable of crafting? Rednax, kinda. Honestly, Rednax, I'd rather you be helping out with things here, friend. Power's out. Well, that's good. The power's out, and now we have to do nothing but maintain back for a while. Ah, fuck. Right, refuel the bioreactor. We might have to turn on the nuclear reactor. Oh my god, we can't turn it on. This is exactly the problem I was talking about. We can't turn it on because there's no power in the grid. This is why the nuclear reactor needs a completely separate grid. Right, turn that off, turn that off, turn that off then, because those are quite big power grabbers, naturally. Turn this off for the time being as well, because I think we've probably got enough components at this point. Turn this one off, because they're really not necessary right now. We'll turn this boy off. Shit, we need to deal with this nuclear reactor really, really soon. Hey, at least we can butcher that guy that we captured multiple times of. Alright, how are we doing? Please keep that weapon alive. It's going to need constant maintenance. That's the only problem here. Like you're literally going to have to never stop maintaining it until we get the power grid back on. Jeff is luckily resting in the same room, so it's not a big deal. Right, how are we doing? Bonnet, go and get those switches flipped, my man. Jeff, you need to get back on this vat, otherwise we're gonna lose our boy. Is someone else on it? Why can't I prioritize things here? Excuse me. I can't prioritize it. Why? Igor? What's going on? Why can't we prioritize it? Oh, for fuck's sake. Seems like someone started to do it and then stopped, and now the game's very confused. No, just can't maintain it because power's out. What? But you let me do it a second ago, you fuck game. Okay, fine. Not a big deal. Why is the power out though? What is? Oh, power's back on. Kinda. No, not really. Turn this off as well then. Wow. What is consuming all this power? So we haven't really got any lights on right now. We've only really got being powered are coolers. That's it. We've only got coolers. And obviously the clone vat. Am I blind? I mean, the stove, technically, but I'm not really counting that. And obviously, the occasional light. We've got nutrient dispenser as well, but that's 200 watts. How strange. What are you doing? You're worshipping the gods. Okay, fine. I think we're going to lose this version. Oh, it's back on. No, it's off again. Jeff, you need to be basically ready to maintain it when power comes back on. Right, go. Why can't you do it? I don't understand. Help me. Medical emergency, who? Loke. We'll deal with that in a minute. Oh, does this thing use power? 175 watts? Yeah, I mean, we can't do anything here. Oh, the nuclear reactor actually still... Turn the reactor off, then. Because that's draining a lot of power from the grid, and we can't do fuck all with it right now anyway. So turn all of this shit off. I thought it only needed power to, like, boot up. I didn't realize it was a persistent power that it needed. Right, how about now? We good? Ooh, still not really. 1%. Now we're going to lose it. It's gone. Okay. Fuck. Okay, it's not a big deal. Luckily, that one hadn't been too developed. That's seriously annoying. We need to deal with this fucking reactor. Oh, my God. Okay, minor setback. Not really a big deal, though, because like I said, it wasn't actually too bad. We still got the genetic template, so it's not like much has been lost there. Okay. I mean, that sucks, but we did want to move it into a separate room as well, so it could have ended a lot worse there. What the fuck is draining our power, really? Grid excess stored. What? I wish I knew where it was all going to. We've got nothing turned on. All the fucking lights are out. We've got, like, okay, sure, we've got, like, oh my God, I was going to say an arcade cabinet, but that's not even on. What is turned on? We've got, like, lights. Are these lights really draining that much power? No way they're draining a bioreactor, 3 chem fuel reactor, and then obviously the wind turbines and everything in the batteries too. It just doesn't make sense. I should point out as well, before I get a million comments, I have noticed that there is an eclipse, but it still doesn't make sense where all this power is going to, unless the lights are genuinely draining, like, what is that, 4,000, over 4,000 watts of power. I mean, it's possible, right? They are 10 watts a piece, and if we've got, like, no, it's not. No, it's not in hindsight. Oh, well, it doesn't fucking matter. Let's turn this bloody nuclear reactor on, huh? Let's get this boy online. Right, so turn off the clone vat then. Turn off the clones. Stop all cloning. Oh, to be fair, we've got that on, but that was also, you know, saving someone's life, so I think that's valid. Get all these fucking lights off, man. Just turn them all off, just in case they are actually draining this much friggin' power. Only thing I care about now, nuclear power turning on. Let's do it. Manage the reactor, Jeff. How many more... I mean, we can't exactly make any more rods. We might as well store some power first. Get this thing turned on. Let's see what we can do with this. Oh, God. This is a test run. It's a test run just to give us enough power to actually get this thing turned on. Right. Boom. Oh, we don't have enough power to even jumpstart the reactor. Fuck me. All right. Go and turn... I swear I turned these off once already, but that's okay. Not a big deal. All right. Manage. Yes. Good. Start. Start. No power. Well, at least the eclipse has ended. Oh, there we go. We're on. Okay. Oh, stop. Because I have a feeling the cooling is not going to be enough for this. Scram. Yep. Okay. There we go. Unsafe core temperature triggered a reactor scram. Oh, God. It's already taking damage. Shit. Okay. Ooh. Alright, well that's obviously a fantastic start. I said the cooling wouldn't be enough, huh? Right. Well, that's fine. That's nothing to worry about. Why did that immediately overheat? Let's turn it back on. Alright, here we go. Oh, God, yeah, no. It was basically what I thought. It was almost exactly what I thought, huh? If you had it adjacent, then they suck up power. Oh, yeah, the cooling is just not... I get the feeling I should turn off the reactor. I just get that impression. Yeah. Scram indeed. We've got to do this 3 times, though, haven't we? Perform two reactors. Have I got to do it? Oh, it's got to hit 100% power fuel as well, hasn't it? Well, the nuclear reactor's taking damage, but it's not enough to really cause any problems. And we've actually managed to get a lot of power out of that. Not a huge amount of power, but at least we've topped up the batteries quite nicely there. Huh. Yeah. I guess we need more cooling before I really start fucking around with this thing. Let's take some of the fuel out. I think a lot of the issue is exactly what I said before. We shouldn't have any of the rods adjacent to one another. We need to leave a diagonal between them all. So let's get that put back in storage for the time. Jill, my man, we've got this to do quite a lot. So if you could keep doing that over and over, there we go. I wonder if that counts like the refueling job or something then. All right, there we go. Let's just yak all of these out, and then we'll see what we're looking like there. I think that's better. I think we can agree that's probably slightly better. Manage reactor. Right, let's turn this bad boy back on and see if, because there's now a gap between them, whether or not that will be more effective for cooling. All right, start that bad boy up. Okay. 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 Yeah, it seems good. It's not increasing. Power's on. Fantastic. Turbine is spinning very quickly. We're making 15,000 watts. Okay, this is it. We've done it, right? We're now making a shit ton of electricity. You're being... Okay, where's the power going, though? Okay, well, yeah, okay, cool. Are you serious? We still got a power drain. Grid excess stored. Yeah, and now the panels are coming on as well as the reactor. But the batteries still aren't charging. What is draining this fucking power, my man? Is it because we just got so many batteries? Well, that's clearly not right, though, because we haven't got anything draining the fucking... Oh, we can turn all the lights on now. Hey, congratulations, everyone. The Dark Ages are over. All we had to do was turn on our nuclear power plant. Right, get those lights turned on. Sick of working them around in the darkness. Oh, it's glorious. This is absolutely glorious. Right, you can turn that thing back on. You can turn that shit back on. Get all these boys back on as well. Don't need any of this. Don't need to be conserving power anymore. We got a nuclear reactor. We're nuclear now, boys. I don't care about the feralists. Good God. It doesn't matter who they hunt in the colony. They're gonna die. They're tiny little spiders versus wizards and zombies and werewolves and whatever else we've got going on for us right now. Fantastic. Just absolutely fantastic. How much watt on grid excess now? 23,000 watts. I will take that one. I will take that with a grain of salt. So what we should do as well is probably that it can be more effective, can't it? So right now we've got this particular layout. Now if we invert it so that the ones that are off are on, in theory that should be more, but just because of the layout. Let me do some maths. Yeah, so it would be 12 the other way around, which I think is going to be a lot better. I mean, hopefully it still won't push the cooling to its maximum either. Plus there still won't be any adjacent. So I think this is probably a good plan. So what I'm going to do then is we're going to... and let the batteries top up. We're going to scram the reactor. We're going to very quickly move all the fuel around, which hopefully you can do without having to move them back into the storage and take them back out again. We'll let the batteries completely top up because the reactor's going to be offline for probably quite a while we resort all of the fuel rods out there. But hey, this has gone pretty well, I think. I think we've done a fairly decent job there. We've got some more pellets, almost enough for another fuel rod there. What is that? You can't put fucking ATSD main blaster cannon. That was intended for components, and they've just filled it with weapons. You filled it with weapons. That's not where that goes. Right. Component. Put that on there and that on there. ATST main blaster cannon. Now, I only wanted to build one of these things to show you how fucking overpowered these weapons are. I wonder if it'll show it in the weapons tab. Apparently, the minigun has high DPS, but that's assuming that it is as accurate as you could imagine. This thing, by comparison, 46 damage. Much lower cooldown and a much lower warm-up, so I don't know how the fuck they're working out the DPS there as well, by the way. I guess accuracy isn't taken into account, and this thing has a crazy accuracy. So we're going to chuck that at... I guess Newt, come and grab yourself a gun. You might as well grab yourself... Oh, you're a brawler, aren't you? What happened to your spear? Come get your elephant spear back, my man. Okay, so we'll test this out, but like I said, I'm not going to build too many of these because they are horribly overpowered. How cocky do I want to try and be here? So you remember these things that wrecked our colony? Well, Newt is going to try and... Feralisk hunting Jeff. Where the fuck are these Feralisks? Okay, we'll try it on this thing instead, because that's a bit more innocuous, huh? Oh, the Mining Co. has come to pick up their expedition team. Hello, welcome, my friends. And they'll obviously pay us for using our landing pad, so it's a nice little bit of silver to really do fuck all. I didn't even see that Feralisk. I wanted to test it out as well. Right, where are you then? Let's just shoot something. There's a lot of these Feralisks. I feel like I need to clear them out a little bit, huh? Have we got anything? Oh, the strange drop pod there. We're going to blow this up because they're constantly sending those horrible cactipine things. We could let it, you know, wait another 6.2 days, but honestly, it's not much point. It gives us an ambrosia growth. So we're just going to blast it with our ATSD blast cannon. This guy has 8.93 shooting, so don't take this as gospel. Oh my god. Yeah, so that should be a pretty good... Wow, that's unbelievable. It's still just as overpowered as I remembered. That's cool, look at that. Mining Co. are now our ally. They will sometimes arrive to help you fight your enemies if you're under attack. That's really nice, because we've basically been so helpful to them. You know, we haven't asked for anything up from them. They've just been using our landing pad. That's cool. Right, so our batteries are now fully charged. We're going to switch this 9-rod configuration around to a 12-rod configuration. I don't think that will max out our cooling either, because I think we're in a good place with that, aren't we? Let's just double check very briefly. Jeff, where are you? Jeff, why are you always fucking miles away, man, whenever I try and use you here? 400 silver for using your landing pad, thank you. So yeah, what we can do here is scram the reactor. We'll swap, like I said, all of it and invert it. So this one and this one, for example, will have rods rather than the alternative. I think we've got enough rods for that. We've got to let the temperature cool a little bit there as well. So we'll put rods in these places. I want to remove them from these places. That's going to give us another extra 3 rods, with hopefully not much cooling affected. I'll get Jilp to come deal with that, seeing as we're just about to flip over to nighttime, to come out and remove all of those for us, little Jilp. And then we'll see. Yeah, we've got plenty of fuel rods as well, so this should work pretty decently, I think. There we go. Alright, and let's get Jeff to wake up and quickly turn this thing back on, because our batteries are draining hideously fast. Fuck. On. This might be the most effective reactor we can build for a while. Obviously, 21 is much higher, but we are going to need some serious cooling before we're capable of doing that. All right, how are we looking? Oh, Yep, I'm pretty happy with that. I think we've pushed it more or less to its limits now, haven't we? We are getting a lot of kilowatts out of that. It is still maxed out. We can push it slightly higher, can't we? Very, very, very slightly higher by like 0.003%, so it's not much. That's cool. We've got ourselves a nice stable reactor. It's running at half heat. The cooling still has room for a little bit of buffer there as well. We've only got 12 out of 21 fuel rods. The turbine still running very, very low. So what you probably want to do then is have multiple different reactors if you want to play it safe. Build 2 or 3 of these and have them all hooked up to the same reactor. I assume that's still the best way to do it, right? Unless you have to build more conduits or something. I don't know. I'll defer to you guys on that one because I think this is running pretty goddamn nicely. Now we can really get into the Weapon X program. Now it can really begin because we haven't got to worry about power anymore. That is a thing of the past entirely. As long as these fuel rods, as long as we've got enough uranium, which we can, in theory, quarry up, like we've got a little bit more there as well. Still not really enough to replenish all of our fuel supplies, but this should last us a very, very long time. What we want is a lot of batteries so that this fuel also isn't going to waste as well. So apparently, you guys were saying with the Rim Atomics we can get some seriously good batteries too, so we're going to have to blitz through this as soon as possible. So while it's fully fueled and set to 100% power, we need better cooling for that then. If we're ever going to do that, it's going to take us a very, very long time. I want to go for this one next. Research plutonium processing. Let's get on with it. Thank you all for watching. I apologize if this has been a weird episode today, because I'm going to have to edit around a lot of those, a lot of the glitch and a lot of the bugs associated with the raid and some other certain weird little bits and bobs that happen that I'll probably leave in, just because it's kind of weird and showcases exactly what the hell you're getting into with a ridiculous mod pack like this. But yeah, I'm excited for what comes next, because all we've got to do now is wait for this Devil's Strand to finish, and then we can really start work on literally mashing all of these mods together inside a single man, and then we'll see how much damage we can do with just one dude. Like, full force powers, lightsaber, force lightning, magical abilities, the vampire, but like a warform dude with a lightsaber firing off lightning bolts and death bolts. That's going to be fucking nuts. This is going to be ridiculous. Let's give a shout out to the insane top tier level patrons who made this series possible in the first place. A big thank you, of course, to Alpha Scuff, Asuna Kirito, Atmosis, Average Gamer 419, Bacon Kitten, Sadini, Crazy Pat, Crosis, Donald, Facundo Vasquez, Fluffernutter, Fungus King, Gogolus, Harik, Jimbo, Josh Lendine, Tesla, Justin Wallace, Caden Carter, Michael Mullen, Mr. Smug, Muskratful, Nathan Flores, Necrophilin, Palvis Presley, Skaz, Shayuch Sinclair, Sir Thor the Swede, Stannis the Manis, The Forsaken One, T-Bag Cruz, Tom Terry 18, Tyler Kennel, and Vacuous Backers. Thank you for supporting the channel, making this series and the many others possible in the first place, despite YouTube's horrible ad systems that are going on currently. I had someone tell me earlier that they had 10 ads on a video. Not my video, luckily enough, because I do manually make sure that no videos get more than at least 2 ads, because that's, oh, sorry, a maximum, I should say, 2 ads, because that's kind of fucking absurd, huh? Thank you as well, of course, to Acero, Adam Person, Akari, Andrew Wilson, Attila, Bordoon, Ben Trope, Betwas Max, Better Valerian, Chris, David Van Diepen, Don, Don217, Easier to Pronounce Name, Exploding Knees, Fraser Brennan, Gabriel Faulkner, Gabriel Van Ders, Gaz, Genji Turk, Gray, Haji Damar, Hancock, I See the Great, Irish, Israel, Jacob Wolf, Jay Lara, James Barnes, Jason Jose, Joran DeVries, John Holiday, Jordan Campbell, Joseph Beer, Justin Plott, Justin Walters, Lemon Stark, Lasme, Llewellyn Thomas, Luke Wallace, Matthew, Monty, Nathaniel Lindbergh, Nick, Noah Gallimore, Pansamu, Pantherpearl, Paint Denisar, Rush Nolligar, Billionaire, The Bloody Knight, The Insane Pickle, Wesley Grayson, Will Wade, Wolfie, Yorkus, Zach Pillar, and Zico2. See you guys all tomorrow.